Hello, I'm Janet Booth, and I'm a professional astrologer from Connecticut, a past president of the Astrological Society of Connecticut, and a Libra. And I'm going to speak for a moment about the signs and how they impact our love lives. You know, that's why I really got into astrology in the first place. I knew that Libra was the sign of relationships, and it sure fit my life to a T. So I said there must be something to astrology. So if you feel like you fit your sign to a T, you should look more into astrology too. Everybody wants to know about love. When we do readings for people, that's one of the big questions they ask. And even if you're not getting a reading, you're usually looking somebody's sign up online or in a book because you want to know, how does that Cancer get along with that Pisces? So I want to tell you first that there are many factors in your birth chart that will impact relationships. It's not just the sign that you call your sign, or like when I say I'm a Libra. That's the sign that we call our sun sign, and it is the sign that the sun seemed to be going through at that time of the year when we were born. But we also have a moon sign, we have a Venus sign, we have a Mars sign, and we have something else very important in relationships. Oh, I shouldn't forget Mercury, the communication planet. But there's something called your rising sign. So at the time of your birth, a certain sign is coming up over that eastern horizon from the viewpoint of your birthplace, and that has a lot to do with, hello world, here I am. It's your dawning into life sign. But across the horizon from that setting is what we would call your descending sign, and that's the area that has the most to do with your close personal one-to-one relationships. So if you can find out your time of birth, you can find out your rising sign, and the sign opposite that is your setting sign. That's what you want to know, because people who have that sign or the next sign after it will have their sun falling into the part of the chart called the 7th house. When the moon is in the 7th house, yeah, it just means it's setting. And that's the area that we connect up well with. So if somebody has planets, sun or any other planets in your 7th house of relationship or your 8th house of intimacy, that's a very good thing. But we also want to look and see, how do our moon signs get along with the other person's planets or with their sun sign, their moon sign. One of the hottest combinations, man's sun, woman's moon, or man's moon with woman's sun, or I shouldn't even say genders. Nowadays we should be politically correct. Partner A, partner B, because it really doesn't matter what your orientation is. You're going to have the same attracting factors. Mars oftentimes shows what we desire, what we go after. Venus oftentimes will show by its sign what our attractions are, or who we harmonize well with. So when we're comparing two people's charts, we'll look to see how these different planets get along. Do their Mercuries go along well so that they can communicate well with one another? There's also something called the nodes of the moon, which are not bumps on the lunar surface, but they're actually the intersection of, as the Earth goes around the sun, the moon is going around the Earth. So those intersect, and those points are showing things about whom we feel comfortable with, who helps us on our path, maybe who we have past life connections with. Everybody wants to know about that. Then there's a special point on the setting side of the chart, like our cosmic magnet, that helps us be in the right place at the right time for those destined relationships, called the vertex, and that's also very exciting to know. So does astrology sound a little bit complex? Well, there's more to it than your sun sign, but if you look into it deeply, you'll find a lot of information about how you can relate better with people and who you'll want to have relationships with. So I encourage you to get that birth time, look it up, and find out about your love signs. You can also learn more by affiliating yourself with the Astrological Society of Connecticut, www.myasc.org.